Hi, I'm Bill Meiborg.
And I'm Meiborg. Today we're going to show you the basics of a pre-trip that we expect you to do every day before the start of your shift. Let's go ahead and pop the hood. So you always want to start your pre-trip and keep your pre-trip going in the same way. This way you don't forget to check something.
You want to look to make sure you don't have any oil dripping anywhere, any coolant on the ground. And you also could be smelling. You want to check your brakes. You don't have any oil, like the wheel seal might be leaking. You want to check the components of your steering. You could actually just grab the steering linkage here. You can tell that your pitman arm and your drag link, everything is tight. It's kind of a new truck, which is nice. When you go to do a pre-trip inspection, after you've checked out the engine and such, on the new Kenworths, there's a button, third switch to the right of the ignition, the light check. If you just hit that, it will cycle through. It will turn the lights on for a couple of seconds on each one, turn signal, brake lights. So as you're doing your inspection, you can check your lights without having to jump back in the truck.
So now that we've got the engine overlooked and everything looks in good working order, we're going to make sure that the wheel is properly attached. We've got all of our lug nuts in place and nothing is loose.
You don't have to pound on the steer tire. You should be able to tell if the front tire is flat or not. But you want to be smelling for oil. Make sure you got all 10 lug nuts and everything else is tight. That all the fairings and such are not going to blow off going down the highway and cause an accident or hit a car.
You want to inspect to make sure you do have a fire extinguisher and it is charged and in green.
And it's not blocked by anything. Make sure that it's easy accessible.
Now we're going to continue on to our airlines. All of our trucks are equipped with what's called the Easy Claw. It's a cable, spring-loaded cable system. So it should keep your lines up off the catwalk. It is against the law to have your airlines dragging against anything. So if you do get into a situation where your airlines are dragging low, you can always put a kink in your airlines, a twist rather, so it lifts it up off of the catwalk. It gives you a little more clearance.
While you're here looking, make sure you have your permits in the permit holder. A lot of times when you go get inspected, they get pulled out and they do not get put back in. Make sure there's something in there.
Now we're going to thump our tires. Every real truck driver keeps a hammer with them, and you either put a gauge on your tires or you thump them. We thump them. All 4 tires sound the same, just as they should. Check to make sure you've got 10 lug nuts and they're on and in place. You don't see rust coming out of them. These mounted to the hubs are the Aprilia Halo system. This is a gyroscopic tire inflator. As the wheel spins, it generates air pressure to keep your drive tires at the perfect 100 PSI. Our 5th wheel is coupled. We're going to test that with a tug test as well. We're going to continue down, make sure that our mud flap is affixed. Our lights are cycling. We've got marker lights. Give it a second here. It should come on with brake lights and then 4-ways. There's our brake lights. There's our 4-ways. Now as we continue, we see that our landing gear is rolled all the way up. Don't be a lazy truck driver and leave your landing gear halfway cranked up because you'll get hung up on the train tracks. Also, make sure that your handle is affixed.
And as you're walking down, make sure all the rivets are in place. So many times you'll see to where you might have hit something, but these heads, they'll look for them to make sure everything is in place, easy to fix. When you get down here, make sure your light is lit, turn signal and marker. Make sure that the side skirt is not hanging down and it's tight. When you get to the end, make sure that the airlines are up, that they're not hanging down or almost hitting the ground. Just like your drives, you want to thump your trailer tires and listen for the sound. You can't do that by hitting with your foot. Look to make sure that you have all 10 lug nuts. You got 10 lug nuts, you don't see any cracks or anything like that in the rim. And make sure your mud flap is in place. It's not cracking or getting ready to fall off. You want to look briefly, just make sure you got everything that's up where it belongs. You do not have something hanging down and is going to be dragging and put you on the side of the road.
I'm smelling for gear lube. If you smell gear lube like dirty oil, you probably have a wheel seal issue. You need to get that reported and check to make sure that you have braking power on that wheels. I don't hear any air leaks. Again, very good. Your ABS light here will come on when you start the truck. It should come on and then go off. If it comes on and stays on, you have a fault in either the primary or secondary ABS system, and you need to get that reported. Now at the back of the trailer, we're going to check to make sure all of our lights up top are working. The outside marker lights do flash with turn signals. The 3 in the middle should stay illuminated. We've got turn signals and brake lights. We've got a light underneath our license plate. We're going to check that the trailer is empty, just like this back kind of was. While we're inside, we're going to smell and visually inspect. There are no odors. There is no light coming through. The trailer is clean and ready to be loaded. Now that we know the trailer is ready to be loaded, we're going to go ahead, open her up. As we close it, we inspect to make sure the top dogs are latched. Coming around, same thing as I come down. Making sure the mud flaps on, things are locked in. I got 10 lug nuts on both sides. Pump the tires, and they all sound the same. Springs are fixed, rear lines are up. No placards in because obviously we're empty. Skirt is affixed. Landing gears all the way up. Just because one side up doesn't mean the other's up. If that cutlass comes out, you might have an issue there. So check both sides. Make sure your mud flap's good. I don't smell anything. I don't hear anything. Visually, everything looks in place. I've got 10 lug nuts. 10 lug nuts. All 4 tires sound the same. Make sure the air lines are up off the catwalk. No more damage that I can see. The side of the tractor looks good. Now we'll come up to make sure that we've got a fuel cap on, okay? It is possible that you could have had your tanks pumped overnight at the truck stop. Make sure that you're checking for that.
When you come on the passenger side then, you just want to make sure that you have 10 lug nuts, tires not flat. You have to have windshield fluid in the reservoir. So it doesn't have to be full, but you have to have it. Make sure your radiator coolant is full. You want to just check the entire engine. Just look to see if there's any oil. Oil lines leak. We want to stay on top of it. You want to make sure you don't have any oil flung around on the inside of your tire. Your hose looks good.
Some other components I'd like to point out. This is your turbocharger. This is your alternator. Your air conditioner compressor. Your intercooler. Then your radiator from the other side, your fan shroud, your fan and your belts, and your exhaust manifold is back here, okay? You just want to check and know your components, so when you're trying to describe to the shop what you think is broken, you can use the appropriate terminology. This truck checks out, so we're going to go ahead and shut the hood gently by engaging the latch, holding on to it tight to make sure the wind doesn't catch it.
Let it down easy. Take pride in your ride. There again, you want to make sure all your lights are illuminated.
Headlights are all on. Marker lights up top are on. This concludes our pre-trip video. This is the minimum we expect you to do daily. Thank you guys for being here and doing what you do.
Thank you.